What's up, guys? Welcome back for another EVE Online video. This is going to be a quick one. I'm just going to kind of go over how to use and how to kind of just know what's going on around you, especially in like nullsec. So for the uninitiated, people who are operating in nullsec in alliances or corporations will have what they call intel channels. And these are chat channels that are used only for reporting. And so it's a good way to know where fleets are in or around your operational area. But there's some ways that you can actually set it up to give you some better information. So, and I'll also kind of show you how to actually post an intel, and it might be different for each one of your alliances depending on what their rules are. But normally intel looks like this. It's a chat channel. I usually turn off the member list since it doesn't actually matter, and then I usually take portrait completely off as well, and I do highly recommend you put timestamp on there as well. That way when I log in, usually I'll let Intel just kind of run for a while before I'm actually doing something. I'll usually kind of like log in 30 minutes to an hour before I plan on actually playing or doing something crazy, so I can stack up a lot of information here, and that way I can see kind of timestamps, and the timestamps allow you to see kind of like if a fleet is moving and how often or where they were last seen at what time. The other thing I'm going to show you is using word filters to better know what's going on in your current situation or your current location. All right, so we're going to go through what a normal report would look like when submitting it to Intel. And normally what I try to do is I put the system name in, and a lot of this stuff can be drug in, which is really nice. So if I'm out here, either have an alt and I'm camping, whatever, I can just have the system info up, and I can just drag the system name into chat. And then I'll follow that up with, you know, a number, a plus. So like say there's one neutral that comes in system, do a +1. If there's a fleet, you know, try to get the best number you can from local and do like +10. It gives people reading an idea of like the size of neutrals that are in the area. And then the next thing you try to do is at least try to get a player name in there. That way they can click and they kind of see corporation, they can see affiliations and things like that. And if you have them on Dscan here, you can actually drag them over and it'll put the ship type in there, which is also really good information. You also want to try to add like some sort of activity. So like if they're in the ESS, then you can type ESS, or, you know, if they're at a gate, and if you don't have them on Dscan or anything, then you can just do like NB for no visual. If you're caught, and that's another big thing too, is if you're actually caught, then you can actually just type in, or if you can grab a Dscan here, and then what you can actually do is go over to dscan.info, and you can paste that in there, and it's going to give you a URL that you can actually end in here as well. And then when you hit it, it'll show up in there like that. Normally in Intel channels, there's no chit chat. It's literally just stuff like this that's in there. But there's also one other step further you can actually go in kind of helping with your own situational awareness. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to the More tab. We're going to go down here to Configure Word Filters and Highlights. You want to open that up. Now what this is going to do essentially is it's going to allow you to put a list, a comma separated list of systems down here in this field right there. You can also put words up here that you can have replaced by asterisks and everything. But what I normally do and what I see a lot of people do is if they're operating in a system in nullsec, and maybe like that you put adjacent systems or systems that you normally travel through, maybe get out of null or you get to a keep star, or maybe your normal ratting or mining systems. You can put them all in here separated by commas. And what this will do is it'll highlight whenever these systems get dropped into Intel or into any chat window, it'll highlight them green. And so what we'll do is we'll go hit save on that. So now if we actually put JITA, which is one of our word filters, in, it'll show up in green. This helps a lot because whenever you are living in nullsec and you want to kind of know if these fleets are near you, and, you know, if they are affecting your normal routes or ways of travel, it gives you a good idea of localized activity. Now, without doing word filters, you can obviously go in Intel up here, and you can actually do the whole like set destination or something like that, and You can quickly see up here how many jumps away it is. And, you can still do that for the most part, but it's just a little bit better if you have like a preset list that you can already have automatically highlighted. And this is something that I'll do if I'm like traveling with, if I'm like going out of null or something like that, then I'll kind of let Intel run for a while, and you'll be able to actually see if fleets kind of dip into close to systems close in to where you're kind of operating, and if they're like hanging out and about. But normally, and I do highly recommend using timestamps, because if you do let Intel run for a long time, and a lot of people have alts that they just had let Intel kind of build up on, you will be able to see, okay, what system time did they get to a certain system, or was it reported? And you can cross-reference that with the real time and see like how much time. If you don't have these on, you can like look at Intel sometimes, and you can see like activity in a system next to you, and you wouldn't necessarily know when that piece of intelligence was added to the channel. So yeah, timestamps, super, super important. So hopefully this video is educational and informative. The use of word filters for situational awareness is by far one of the best things to do if you want to know what's going on around you or in systems you're interested in. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I will see you in the next one.